Hello everybody and welcome to Fellowship Games. Dakota here, and today we're finally uploading another deck tech to the channel. You know how things get over the holidays, things get crazy. Then I had some family emergencies during the new year, but then I realized it's the middle of February and I still haven't uploaded a Magic video, and I don't have anything for Swan on Valentine's Day. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about Simic Mutate in Pauper. Simic Mutate is kind of like a slow creature deck. It's not super aggro, but it's not really mid-range either. It takes its time and beats its opponent down. We have the full deck list over at our website, fellowshipgames.ca, where we also posted two other Mutate decks. One, a very more aggressive one in Selesnya Mutate, and then a much grindier, graveyardy one that uses Undying creatures in a Sultai version. So if you want to check those out, links in the description below where you can find the full deck list, full article, all that good stuff. Moving on to the deck, we have the Mutate PAYOFFS. So fortunately for me, because I really like making Pauper decks work with these block mechanics, Mutate got pretty good support through all the rarities. So we have Essence, Symbiote, and Mysterious Egg. The Symbiote makes it so that whenever a creature mutates, it gets a +1/+1 counter and we gain 2 life, which is pretty nice. The +1/+1 counter makes all of our threats bigger as they mutate, which will kill our opponents faster, and we gain 2 life, which is pretty relevant. If we're just passively gaining 2 life, that's going to help us race and stabilize against aggressive decks. And then Mysterious Egg comes out for 1 mana, and whenever we mutate from it, it gets another counter, so it just helps it grow and get faster. The actual mutate creatures are Migratory Greathorn and Dreamtail Huron. So Migratory Greathorn is very good. It's in all 3 of the builds. As a 3/4 that can go and fetch out basic lands and put them onto play when it mutates. This is especially good in the Sultai list, as it helps us fix our mana, because as we know, 3-color decks aren't the best in Pauper. But then we also have Dreamtail Huron, which draws us a card. So it helps us, refuel, keeps gas. It has flying, so it's going to get the opponent dead very quickly. And yeah, this one also makes another appearance in the Sultai list. Moving on to the Mutate targets. So these are the things we want to put our Mutate creatures onto. Firstly, we have the big, the bad, the almighty Brushwagg. This card is, by far the best one to mutate onto. It works very well with Migratory Greathorn because it has the 4-mana pump ability of giving +3/+3, and it already has trample. You mutate onto your Brushwagg. Now you have a 3/4 with trample and a pump ability to make it a 6/7 with just 1 activation. And having all these extra lands into play makes it so that we're able to activate this multiple times. And then we also have Arboreal Grazer, just a 2-of. It just has a relevant ability. Reach is I maintain Arboreal Grazer's most annoying ability because it's just annoying having a 1-drop 0/3 that can just sit there and block all the aggression in the air. And when it comes down, we get to do a little bit of extra ramping. We have an extra land in hand, which is nice. And then Selhana Ledgewalker it impresses me more and more every single time I sit down and play with this deck. It's also in the Selesnya version as well. But the fact that it's, a hexproof threat, so we can make a Dreamtail Huron a 3/4 with flying and hexproof. And even if we put a Migratory Greathorn on top of this, it has, basically pseudo unblockable because it can't be blocked except by creatures with flying. So even if they have a reach creature, it doesn't matter. We're getting in there. The only way they can block it is if they have a flyer. This shuts the door on removal because our deck struggles a lot against removal. If you played Coria Unlimited or any Mutate cards in Standard, you know the 2-for-1 possibility is there. So being able to safely mutate onto something that gives you hexproof allows you to worry less about getting blown out by a 2-for-1 with removal. Next up, we have our interaction. So to interact with our opponent's board, we have Echoing Truth, which is basically just a 2-mana unsummon. But if your opponent's going wide with tokens, you can bounce all of them if they have the same name. Or if they went double Gurmag Angler, you can bounce both of them. Or just double anything, you can just bounce both of them back to their hand. And then we also have Ram Through, which has proven to be kind of a staple green card in Pauper, honestly. The fight mechanic is just no more. It's just things can deal its damage without actually having to fight them, which is just a huge upside. You don't have to worry about trading, or if they have a pump spell and now you just put yourself in a situation where your creature's gonna die. And yeah, if you control a creature that has trample, it deals excess damage to the creature's controller. So if you have an almighty Brushwagg powered up, all good to go, and then you ram through, you're also gonna deal that excess damage, which is huge. And then to help insulate ourselves from the removal packages of all the Delver decks and all that good stuff, we have Keep Safe. We just counter target spell that targets a permanent we control and it cantrips Can't complain about that. Moving on to the mana base, we have 4 copies of Evolving Wilds to help fix our mana, and this pairs very well with our 2 copies of Brainstorm. You know, we could draw 3 and then put 2 of them back on the top of our library in any order, and then if we don't like those 2 cards and we have a Evolving Wilds in play, we can just crack it, shuffle those cards away, and yeah, we don't have to worry about drawing them on later turns. And to finish off the mana base, we just have 4 Thornwood Falls, some islands, some forests. Nothing crazy here. And then moving on to the sideboard, we have 2 Hydroblasts, basically to dunk on red decks all day, every day. We have 3 Riverboa. I think I might be a little too high on this card. 3 might be a little too much, but the Island Walk is hilarious if we're playing against a Delver deck. Yeah, this thing's unblockable, and then also being able to regenerate is pretty huge for 1 green. So between this and the Ledge Walker, we should have plenty of ways to have some staying power against these very powerful and efficient Delver decks. And then we have 2 Natural State, cheap artifact and enchantment hate, and then we have Tranquility to just get rid of all enchantments, blow out any Boggle shenanigans. And then to finish up the sideboard, we have 2 Relic of Progenitus and 2 Fairy Maccabee for graveyard hate, and then 2 Weather the Storm for burn. I like to keep my sideboards simple, and yeah, this is all simple. Just nice hate across the meta. Can't go wrong with that. So that's going to do it for the deck. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, we have the full deck list along with the Selesnya and Sultai lists in the description below. Go check out our website, fellowshipgames.ca. We also stream live on Twitch every day, basically. We kind of do variety streaming. We do Magic on Mondays, where we just play Standard on Arena. And yeah, join our Discord. Links for all that in the description if you want to come, hang out, talk Magic, all the good stuff. But yeah, this is Dakota for Fellowship Games. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.